Hello friends, welcome to Game It Up. My name is Dave and today we're going to take a look at The Good Guys, which has released on the Nintendo Switch, and it's quite an odd one because when I saw this on the website I used to get game keys from, it kind of looked like a shooter from that picture on the thumbnail, but I quickly looked at the blurb and it said it was a linear visual novel, and I thought, oh, that's quite interesting. Don't really play visual novels much, so I thought I'd give this one a try. It's got like a dog with a gun and a cat with daggers and stuff, so let's give this a try. And when it says it's a visual novel, a linear one, it means you don't choose any paths or anything like that. You don't make choices. It's basically just a digital comic book. So I'm going to load onto story 1 here, and it's basically that. It's a digital comic book. The lead characters are this cat and the dog, an alternative Moscow as it says, and what you basically do is you just press A to go from panel to panel, and that's their owner going out, and when the owner goes out, the cat wakes up, and they basically jump into a car, and off they go up into space. And there's basically, the plot is quite insane on this. Basically, in the planet Uranus, and yes, they do make a joke about that, there are some animals that are being enslaved and they go to rescue them, but then the villain in it, like the cat, has a connection with them. But there's quite a lot of good humour in this. It's very self-aware. There's quite a few references to things like The Matrix and Terminator, and even the very blatant Ninja Turtles one. As you can see, I mean, look at this imagery here. It's just saying, like, I mean, they flew in space. Are you going to tell us that the Earth is flat then? Or that it's being held up by that person? Or that there's kangaroos jumping on meteors, which I didn't notice until it pointed it out. But one thing to also point out as well is you can have the same panel with multiple text boxes appearing. And if you're having trouble reading that, which when I read through this, it was in handheld mode. If you just press the X button, you can bring up the text in big, which is a really nice thing to do. But as you've also noticed that there's sound effects as well that goes with the text as it's happening. And it's an enjoyable read, this. I quite like the art in it. As you can see here, they reference that Beethoven and Tom is there. As you can see, there's a dog that looks like the dog Beethoven from the film, and the cat in front of him looks like Tom from Tom and Jerry. So they do a lot of obvious, it looks like they're mining uranium, which I think is funny as well. So it's just really hard to explain what's going on here, but it is a very fun comic. I'm going to come out of it now. Pressing B goes back. You can choose chapters. So you've got 2 stories. The first story has 4 chapters in. It doesn't take too long to read them. But then you go to chapter 2, story 2, I should say. And this was kind of a letdown because just take a look at it. I like the music though. So compare it to the first comic. It's not coloured. It looks very sketchy. This kind of just looks like the first draft of the sketches or something. And it's a very short story, this. It's like 20 something panels, and the music is just so good though. But yeah, the humour is still spot on with this, but it's just, after seeing that first one, this feels like quite a downgrade. But yeah, that's basically what this game is. Good Guys, it's called, coming to Switch 27th of June. And it only costs 89p, which, for a comic book, that's pretty good. I mean, I don't know if there's a physical for this at all, but, you know, for 89p for a comic book, that's not bad. It's an enjoyable read. Very crazy, very bonkers, very self-aware. Nice little sound effect there as you grab the throat. But I won't spoil any more here. I'd say read it for yourself. If you like what you saw so far and you think you can get into that humour, for 89p you can't really go wrong. But it is strange that it advertised itself. If it just said digital comic book, that would have been quite good, really, rather than saying visual novel. Makes it sound like it's a bit more than that. Thanks for checking this very short review out, just to showcase what this quote-unquote game is. But yeah, I quite enjoyed reading through it. So let me know in the comments down below if this is something you're into. And make sure you like and subscribe for more to come in the future. So thank you very much, everyone. I will see you in the next one.